The U.S. is expected to reveal its key objectives for NAFTA renegotiations today. Let's bring in Haley Wooden from Business in Vancouver to talk more about that. Good morning, Haley.
Good morning.
And I understand the latest real estate numbers are also out this morning. So before we get to NAFTA, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we have new data out from the Canadian Real Estate Association. It's showing that nationally, MLS home sales activities dropped 6.7% from May to June of this year. That's the biggest monthly decline we've seen since June 2010. So that's fairly significant. And along with that, a double-digit drop in home sales activity year over year. Now, it's been like this for quite some time when we're looking at national numbers. Important to keep in mind, driving that is the Greater Vancouver market as well as the Greater Toronto area. We're seeing significant sales drops in the Greater Toronto area and the Greater Golden Horseshoe area back east. We're seeing a bump in new listings to some extent, but because of the big drop in sales activity, we're actually seeing the market nationally move toward a bit more of a balanced market. Home sales cooling off quite a bit. We're seeing price gains, but again, that's across all types of housing, and price gains are being made a little bit more slowly than we've seen in the past too. So overall, a bit of a cooling off period for the market. The CREA noting though that because we're seeing interest rates, there could be a little bit of a hesitancy in the market on the part of buyers as well as sellers, but we could also see home sales pick up in the summer.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Thank you for that, Haley. But let's move on to NAFTA now. Donald Trump's still talking very tough on his renegotiations about NAFTA because of his America First stance. And so the U.S. is expected to reveal some of their key objectives today.
That's right. They're required by law to reveal their objectives at least 30 days prior to negotiations can begin, which puts us at today, or if not today, likely this week. It's difficult to know exactly where the U.S. is going to focus its priorities. We do know that the U.S. is keen on modernizing NAFTA. Of course, it's been 23 years since the original NAFTA was negotiated, and I think all three countries can agree there's a lot that needs to be updated to better reflect mobility in certain sectors, as well as the digital economy and digital trade. That's a win-win-win potentially, or something all countries can get behind. More contentious issues expected to be addressed would include subsidizing or protecting the U.S. industry when it comes to the auto sector. Dairy has also been another major issue that remains to be resolved, and Canada and the U.S. seem to be quite far apart on that issue, at least in terms of the remarks that have been made publicly to date. Now, Trudeau has been campaigning over the last several months, and especially the last several weeks, talking about how Canada, its focus is going to be a thinner border rather than a thicker one, and is really hoping to find a win-win solution.
Oh, that would be great. All right. Thanks for that, Haley. Of course, if you'd like more information, you can head to BIV.com.